Radio. When you look through the history books, there are many inventions that have changed the course of history. One of those is the media platform that is the radio. Since its beginning, it has evolved heavily to become what we now know it is. Let's have a look through the realms of history to see just exactly how radio has played a part. It's 1885 and Heinrich Hertz proves to everyone that electromagnetic waves can be sent and received. In 1891, radios begin to appear on ships. Guglielmo Marconi then established the Wireless Telegraph and Signal Company. And in 1899, the first ship requests emergency assistance using a radio. In the early 1900s, pilots begin to demonstrate wireless transmissions. World War I and the use of the radio in battle and war. In the 1920s, police begin to use them in their vehicles. And then popularity in radio music begins to grow. In the 30s, the FM radio was created and patented. Different waves and better quality were the result. Recently, we have developed the digital radio, and the popularity in talkback radio has also grown. Pre-1900s was a major time of growth and innovation. This thirst for knowledge was at the core of why and what enabled the radio to exist and in turn play a major part of our world. Heinrich Hertz's Electric Waves was published in 1893. His work on electromagnetic waves provided and explained the core scientific principle that allows radio to exist. Despite this, it is Guglielmo Marconi who is said to have invented the first radio, transmitting the first transatlantic radio signal in 1901. Just the idea of this bewildered people. The thought that messages could be sent using electromagnetic waves was preposterous, especially considering it was something that most people had no idea about. One of the first preconditions which enabled the radio to become an important and key media platform was the acceptance of the idea. According to an article written by Guy Guglielmo in Discover magazine, it was scientists and engineers who led the push for radio being a major media tool/platform. It is difficult to pinpoint exactly when radio became a widely respected and praised thing. However, when it was used to help the surviving Titanic passengers, or when in the early 1900s the Japanese Navy defeated a Russian fleet with the help of technology from Marconi, the praise and acceptance grew. There continues to be social and cultural respect and appreciation for the radio, which allowed it to maintain its status as an important and influential media platform and practice. New technology has challenged this, but as we've seen with the digital radio, the radio has evolved too. Some final things to discuss. How do we talk about radio and how does it change us? How we talk about and understand the radio has shifted. What was once a tool known for its use in ships and planes is now regarded completely differently. It is a centre for pop culture, news and music. Many artists have said how amazing it was when they heard their song played on the radio for the first time, while many others are now making careers out of being radio shock jocks. There is the sense and talk that is regarded as an old media. Yet we continue to discuss, listen and use it, thus making it a prevalent and relevant media platform and/or tool. Moving on to how it shapes and did shape our understanding of the world. A prime example of this, even if it was for only moments, was the panic caused by Orson Welles' radio broadcast of H.G. Wells' The War of the Worlds. It was 1938 and Wells and others performed a version of The War of the Worlds, which involves an Earth under attack. Listeners mistook the broadcast for reality, causing a few hours of mild hysteria. Quick side note. Was this the beginning of Donald Trump's fake news? Could be. This, if not slightly humorous example, shows the effect of radio on people. And it is an extreme example of how it can shift and shape our view on the Earth and universe. Yes, this is a small and seemingly harmless way in which our world has been shifted and shaped by the radio, but without going through some of the finer details of history, it illustrates the power of radio as a media platform. Radio. Where would we be without it? Maybe some people in 1938 would have had a couple extra hours of sleep. Cheers, Orson Welles. But on a serious note, through wars, ships, planes and police, many lives could have been lost without it. Careers and legacies have been etched out on radio, and it is a seemingly old media platform that gets taken for granted. So I'm going to stop and say cheers to radio. Cheers, radio.